Good evening, this is being Christina on the Good Girls Club. I'm still feeling poorly, but I'm on the mend. So thank you ever so much for all your best wishes and your prayers. I'm just wanted to do this blog because it's really important. I received an email. I'm not going to say who from, it's anonymous. But there was a lady who asked me if domestic abuse was still abuse if it was not physical. And absolutely, that is correct. It's still abuse if it's mental, emotional, financial. These all come down to domestic abuse. So what is domestic abuse? Well, I've written a list of all the things I thought was domestic. I mean, this list could go on, but what is domestic abuse is, and why do they do it? The abuser does it because they want to keep control of things. They need to be in control at all times. And when you look at it carefully, like I said with personality disorders, they do have massive underlying issues. And the first telltale sign, if you feel you are abused, is walking on eggshells. Now, if you feel any of these things I'm about to list, or you know anyone who's going through them, you must reach out to them. Or if you are going through it, you must reach out for help. Whether it's from a friend, a relative, the Good Girls Club, or even myself, we are here for you and we will point you in the right direction, or just even help you understand a bit better about it, because it's important that you are not in this type of relationship whatsoever. It is very important that you acknowledge everything I'm about to say, because it can become extremely destructive, especially for yourself and if you have children. So basically, please, if you do know anyone or if you are going through this, there is help. It's always there. And we will give you the resources for it. So domestic abuse basically is so many different issues. It's not violence. Of course it's violence, but there are other issues around it. For example, they use fear to create the control. So they can make you feel guilty about something really simple, where it can be, or really big. But for example, if they were having an operation and their healing didn't go as planned because they smoke, and then they would turn around to you and say, you know what? You should have helped me quit smoking. You should have made me stop smoking. I mean, you tried, but it wasn't good enough, and now look at me, I'm not healing. So they inadvertently put the blame on you. It's so messed up. But any guilt, any type of guilt that's really irrelevant, it really doesn't match up. Another one is shame, threatening. So any type of threat. It could be even towards the end of your relationship, or rocky times. It doesn't matter, where they threaten you with suicide if you leave, or they threaten you with, I'll take this from you if you don't go, if you don't leave this house, I will not renew the lease. Just anything like that. It's ridiculous. They can hurt physically, sexually, and that includes sexual abuse, non-consenting to sex, you don't want it, or they might withdraw sex from you, so take it away, so they're in control in that sense. They isolate you from family and friends, so they kind of take you away from them in a manipulative way. So they might say, either they might do it right there, like you can't go see them, or they're smart enough and say, I don't want them coming to this house anymore, they cause so much problems. Or they might, unless they have a valid reason, but if they don't, and these people are not really abusing you in your life, they shouldn't really isolate you at all from your friends. For example, they could find the most stupidest reasons, and they'll criticize every one of them. Every one of your friends will have a criticism about them, so something bad would be said about them, and that is how they slowly isolate you and make you see them in a different light. They belittle you, mock you, so they make you feel like crap. They bring you up and bring you down, and it's really awful. Mocking you, joking about you, your weight, who you are as a person, your personality, the way you drink, the way you eat, the way you just do anything, really. You feel lost in the relationship at this point. You have no idea what's going on. as a person as well. You feel helpless. Little tasks become such an effort for you. So even trying to pay a bill that you would usually do confidently, it's like you're exhausted. You just can't do it. You just are incapable and indecisive, like even over a loaf of bread. This is how abuse affects the brain. You're constantly worried of what they're thinking, feeling, doing. You're always thinking of them, ways to fix things, ways to make things better. You become needy when you weren't before. But that is one of their tactics. They love it. Even though they complain about it. Oh, stop being needy, stop wanting me. They secretly hate it and love it. They're the ones that caused it because they're neglecting you or they're treating you like crap. And this is how they suddenly, advertently do this. You know, it's like you become so lost. Hence why the lost feeling and walking on eggshells. Neglect, very much so. For example, silent treatment, not showing you affection. You start to avoid saying things, doing anything around them that would make them really angry, or just be giving you silent treatment, or just becoming more withdrawn from you, you know, and rejecting you. Then there are things like cheating, infidelity. That's a major also abuse in a relationship. Financially, wow. They can control you. You might not think it is, but if they don't allow you to look at the accounts or somewhat have a say in the money matter, even though that person is a breadwinner, then that is also a sign of abuse because they're trying to control what comes in and out. Or even not allowing you to spend on things that are necessary for the house or for yourself. They blame you. So they'll blame you for everything and anything. It's your fault my parents are like this. It's your fault that the relationship. It's your fault that you make me miserable. It's your fault that I'm unhappy. It's all this. It's ridiculous. Okay? So please don't fall for that. That is a form of abuse. They destroy your things, throwing your things out in the bin. Your children's things. It doesn't matter. It's also very wrong. Or destroying things in front of you. Like throwing it away or just breaking it, preventing you from going to work or destroying your work. So if you wanted to go to work and they decide what type of job you should have, or just preventing you from just going there and just staying at home. So this is another control thing. And excusing their behavior. Always making excuses. Either you're making the excuse saying it's okay, he's like this because he's been working, he's tired, or it's okay, or they excuse their behavior. I'm only doing this. The way I'm treating you is because of this, because of the way you're so sensitive, or I hit you because you upset me. I've said it this way because you've done this way. You've said this to me, that's why I'm behaving like this. Because of your opinion, and if you are giving a valid reason, say, for example, why are you not showing me affection, or you're neglecting me, or why do you say mean things to me? And they turn around and excuse the mean things they say to you. That doesn't sound right. They should be apologizing and showing respect and love to you and understanding where you're coming from. You don't just say, oh, the reason why I've sworn at you or hit you, or the reason why I've stopped you from doing this is because you did this, this, and this. No, that doesn't make sense. Just think about it, look back for a second and step outside. I know it's very difficult and it will take a lot of time and a lot of work. But this is all forms of abuse. And you really need to be aware of it, or you will be destroying yourself in the relationship, because you are being swallowed whole by this person. And you need to seek help from a friend or a relative. And none of this is your fault. Just please remember it. None of it's your fault. Okay, so if you need help, you can come to myself, just Facebook message, or of course Good Girls Club. You can find me on there and email me, and I will find the right resources and be there as a counselor for you. Or you can seek information or help from your friends or your family. Okay, so God bless, and you're not alone.